All right, Kristen. I need you to hear me out.
That's different. I'm listening.
So this week, I'm also doing something a little different. I'm gonna present to you a top 10 list of cartoon dogs.
Cartoon dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just want to go over it and see how if you would rank them any differently, or if anyone was left out, or how you feel about it, or if you think someone was in it and they shouldn't have been. So
and this is just top 10 just in general.
Yeah, like cartoon dogs.
Okay.
Do you have any idea of anyone you think would be on it?
Well, you haven't told me the list.
Well, I'm saying, like, who do you think? Well, who do you think of first?
Who do I think should be on the list?
Just off the top of your head, like, who do you think is on the list?
So you got Courage, Kylie Dog. You got Scooby Doo. Are we kind of Scrappy?
You count Scrappy.
Let's call it Scrappy. Ooh, what other dogs are out there? Airbud. No, it's not. You said this is cartoon.
This is
right?
cartoon dogs. Yeah.
Okay, so not Airbud. What dogs am I missing? Clifford. Got Clifford the big red dog.
Well, let me go ahead and give you 10 through 5. See what you feel about that.
Okay.
So number 10 coming in, Droopy McPoodle from Tom and Jerry. You know, the one that's like
okay,
Droopy.
okay,
Yeah.
Droopy, okay.
And then I'm getting this list from realrundown.com. So
okay,
if anybody wants to check it out. So I mean, it's not a bad choice. I mean,
number 10. Okay.
You don't know his name, but he is very
What about the dog? The other dog is that from Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
What about the other dog that's like Spike? Not Spike. Yeah, the big one, the mean one that be beating up Tom all the time.
He is not on this list.
He's not on the list.
No.
Okay.
All right, coming in at 9, Clifford the big red dog. So I mean,
all right,
can't go wrong with that.
I would probably make him number 10.
You think so? I mean, he's no pun intended. He's pretty big.
He is big, but I'm just saying, like, he's not as like. It is Clifford, but like I'm thinking about Droopy. Like he kind of funny, low key.
So you I don't know. I think I would keep Clifford. I mean, Droopy is kind of funny, but Clifford is
just a big ass dog.
Did you watch the show growing up or no?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
Did you?
Yeah. Did you watch I'm sure you didn't, but you know the live action movie?
No, I definitely didn't watch that. That looked like trash.
It did look like trash. No, but it's one of those things where I just kind of want to check it out. Just maybe it's nostalgia or something, but like.
Yeah, nostalgia is going back and watching the TV show, not watching that movie. But okay, continue. So number 9 is Clifford.
Coming in at 8, we got a famous duo, Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
Which honestly, I feel like I don't think I would include them on my list. I think they got on here because they're Disney. Yeah. In my opinion.
At least Disney?
No. Okay. But, Disney's so big. I don't know. I feel like.
Well, if you're adding Disney, that's like adding Balto. Well, I guess Balto would be a wolf. No? Yeah, he's a wolf, I think. Yeah, never mind. So Balto wouldn't be on there.
Coming in at number 7, Brian Griffin.
Oh, Brian Griffin.
Yeah.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Kind of low on the list.
He is kind of low on the list. That's
a really big, significant character.
Coming in at number 6, Goofy.
Oh, Goofy. How's he number 6? They better have some good-ass people.
Hey, I'm just saying, that's 10 through 6 right there. So, you want me to keep?
You got to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep going. Number 5, Underdog, superhero cartoon dog. I've seen him around.
I've seen some Underdog, but
I think he was a little before our generation, honestly.
Yeah, I've know of Underdog, and I've seen a couple of the cartoons, but I don't think I rank him that high. But continue. I swear to God, if they say the dog off of Garfield.
We're going to go ahead and skip number 4.
Oh, my goodness. Is it really the dog off of Garfield?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Bro, nice call. Do you know his name, at least?
No.
Odie?
Odie.
Yeah.
Odie.
I mean,
He's what? He does nothing. He doesn't add any benefit too much to the show. Like, he's there, but he's only there for Garfield's, like, pleasure. For most times, like he messes around with Odie a lot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely like it's Garfield's show, and you're including a dog. He's not even the main character of his own show.
Oh my goodness!
And he's number 3. So I get what you're
saying. Scooby Doo gonna be number 1. But go ahead.
Coming in number 2, Pluto,
Pluto.
which is valid, but I feel like Goofy. I would put Goofy over him.
Hey,
in my
yeah.
opinion.
That's first of all. Let's talk about Goofy and Pluto. So you got a dog master. It's slavery. You got a dog master and he has a dog. That's weird.
That is weird. I mean, I even dug a little bit into that. Some people were saying that Goofy's technically a cow, but that's a whole.
Oh, you're going to
That's like YouTube at 3 a.m. kind of stuff.
Wait, who's number 3?
That 3 is Pluto right now.
Oh, you just said that was number 2.
No, I haven't said number 2 yet.
Okay, well, there's still Courage and there's still Scooby. So who's 1 and who's 2?
Coming in at number
Courage
2.
better be number 1.
Coming in at number 2 is Scooby Doo.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm going ahead and say a little spoiler. Number 1 is not Courage.
You gotta be shitting me.
It is not Courage. Is there anyone else you can think of? I don't think you'll be upset with this choice, honestly.
Ooh, what kind of is it a big show?
It's pretty big, yeah. It's pretty popular. I want to say, I mean, there was a show, I guess, but some movies.
Movies? Disney?
No.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
It's very popular, like Christmas theme kind of thing. Maybe. Well, I don't want to say very popular, but
I know you ain't talking about the Grinch's dog.
no.
Okay. Said popular theme.
Yeah.
Halloween.
I'll give you this. It's part of a comic, a pretty well-known comic, and it kind of adapted into more like movies and.
Oh, the Snoopy.
Snoopy.
So
yeah, like I said, I could understand that. I do think Courage was kind of
that was a snub, bro.
A snub.
Man, Courage should be like number 3. Courage was snubbed. Who else did I say that didn't make the list?
What you said the dog from what's the first one from Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, the dog from Tom and Jerry. He should definitely be on there. I think he was more significant than Droopy. But I think Droopy, I kind of understand that. What about that one dog, the don't do drugs dog? Like, what was that dog's name? Started with a G. Can't remember it.
I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about, honestly. But how do you feel overall about the list? Anything?
I kind of already said how I felt.
You got the Scrappy? You think Scrappy was snubbed?
Scrappy, I won't say he was snubbed because Scooby's in there. Like, as long as Scooby-Doo's in there, that's like snubbing. Who am I thinking of? If you say you were at that dog that I'm talking about, I feel like his name is Spike. Either his name is Spike, or I think he's Spike, and I think his son's name is Max, or something like that. Yeah, say you add Spike. Like, if you was to not add Max, it would be perfectly fine. But yeah, I feel like I would rather have Spike than have the last dog.
Reading through some of the comics, they're talking about Blue's Clues.
Oh yeah, Blue. What? How that's a big snub. That's childhood right there.
They also mentioned Santa's Little Helper from The Simpsons.
Okay,
I could see that. Let's see, 101 Dalmatians. I guess all of them.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Yeah. Crypto Superdog. Crypto the Superdog.
Okay. But that's if you don't know, you don't know. But that's not a significant dog.
Yeah, that's just some of the ones they were mentioning from the comments. But overall, I agree with kind of what you're saying. There was definitely some snubs.
Yeah, like Courage not being in there is a huge snub, bro.
Yeah, Courage and Blue.
Yeah, Blues. Like when he said Blues Clues, yeah, he definitely should have been in there. If Clifford can make it, Blues Clues should definitely be in there.
And so, who would you replace then? Like the
Lady and Tramp gone. Droop, the last one gone.
Underdog gone, right?
Underdog gone. Underdog was. I can see he was kind of a pinnacle for the older generation, but for our generation, gone.
He said, "Fuck the old people."
Underdog gone. I would put Courage at like 3 after Scooby. Honestly, I'd probably put Courage probably 1.
I was about to ask.
I'd probably put Courage 1. I would probably drop Snoopy down to like 5.
5. I feel like Snoopy's pretty. He's been around a while. Like
he has. He's part of Peanuts and everything like that. I get that. Or Charlie Brown. Well, they're the same thing. But what 4?
Nah, I don't know. I think personally I'd keep Snoopy at 1.
At 1?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. There are too many other pinnacle. Like, yeah, Snoopy's cool and everything, but yeah, no, not for me. Either it'll have to either be Courage or Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo probably. I would probably give Scooby Doo more than Courage, but
Yeah.
Scooby Doo probably number 1, Courage number 2. I would throw, first of all, I would take what's the name off the list, Pluto. Pluto should not be higher than Goofy. Like, let's be for real.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I'll put Max in before I put Pluto. It's like putting Max, the Goofy's son,
No,
and that crew. They put the Goofy, that little crew, the X Game crew.
But yeah, for me, I honestly would keep Snoopy and Scooby at 1 and 2, and probably either put Blues or Courage at 3, but the rest it's kind of whatever. But
it's whatever.
I don't go through the whole list, but
Yeah. When I think about significant, maybe I would keep, Snoopy. Yeah, I'll keep Snoopy probably like top 3. But I don't know, man. That list is all over the place.
So I got my source from the wrong place. There was some other lists I saw, and I think they had like Blues and Courage in them and stuff, but this one had the easiest.
And I can understand Courage kind of not being in there just because, it's not like a super like kid friendly like type thing to be watching. Yeah, that's the only reason why I can see why they didn't add it.
Yeah, I understandable.
But Blue's Clues, come on. I was like the biggest Blue's Clues fan when I was a kid. I had all the Blue's Clues stuff. I got pictures and stuff of me. I was a kid and I had like Blue's Clues like outfits, and yeah, it's crazy.
I was pretty big into Blues, but I was like huge into Scooby Doo. Like my whole room was like Scooby Doo. I had like probably about 100 Scooby Doo stuffed animals. I went to like go see like a live action Scooby Doo like performance. I was pretty big into it. I had like a whole photo album of like different Scooby Doos.
I'm dead.
Like, me in it. That was crazy.
I have 100 stuffed animals of Scooby Doo. That's a lot.
Now that I think about it, like as a reseller, I wish I had all that stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. I like if just being as an adult, knowing how much all that stuff we had as a kid, man, how much all that money would we had.
And then my mom probably just put it in a box, gave it away to Goodwill, and
never seen it again. All that money gone down the drain. Now you're finding it again.
Right. But anyways, comment. Let us know what you guys think about this list.
Who you think was missing? Would you change something? Do you like the list how it was? Let us know.
But that's all I have to say.
Cool. Ready to get in the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, getting the podcast started in 3, 2, 1. What up, everybody? This is your boy Chris.
This is Vic.
And welcome to Now Hear Me Out. This is episode number 68, and welcome to the podcast. If you're listening now, make sure you click on that bell notification, click on that subscribe button, so every time we post, you get notified. So Vic, you have any updates? Well, also welcome again.
Thank you.
We have him in person today. So, Vic gets blessed us with his presence every now and then.
I know. More often than I'd like, but
Yeah. So you have any updates, bro?
Yeah, so that's not really been a secret, but like I've been kind of like on the job hunting, looking everywhere.
Make sure you guys tag his job.
All right, send me job links.
Me too.
So, searching for a job can be like stressful and discouraging. We were kind of talking about this before the podcast, but let me tell you a story about how your boy almost got scammed.
Uh-oh.
So
send me your bank information, man. We'll send you a job.
Okay, so I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday morning, and I get a message saying, "Hello, is this Vic, whatever?" I was like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Oh, we saw your resume, or we reviewed your resume, your application, and I was gonna try to set you up with an interview with our manager." I was like, "Okay," and so they ended up telling me to download like a first red flag. Download like an app. It was kind of like a messaging app.
Okay.
From what I've seen, it's kind of like WhatsApp app, but like
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What's up? Just WhatsApp.
So yeah, we were communicating through there with the recruiting manager, and it was crazy because they were asking me like kind of legit. The first another red flag was the fact that it was all through like message. It was like never a call, which I thought was kind of weird. But like, it's 21st century, maybe. So they were asking me questions like, tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer. Why should we hire you instead of someone else? Give me 3 specific reasons about blah blah blah. It's like it was pretty legitimate questions, and like I had to, I was answering them back, and then they were like, okay, thank you for that. We're gonna review it, and then we'll get back to you. And so like later on during that same day, I get a message saying, congratulations, we've chosen you for the job. First, we need you to fill out a background check form and then send a picture of it to us. And then we're just a whole bunch of stuff. And it was a work from home job. And finally it came around to where they were like, we need to send you the equipment. We'll send you a check, and you can use that money to buy the equipment, and which was kind of another red flag. And then Leslie was like, well, ask him if it's gonna be a cashier check, because that's like guaranteed money or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was a cashier check, so she was like, okay. And I was a little worried. I was talking to Leslie about it, like, you think I should send them a picture of my ID? And she was like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I felt because she was telling me, because she works from home, she's like, that's kind of how I felt whenever I had to do it for the job that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously her job's pretty legit. So I was like, okay. So I ended up sending a picture of my ID, and then, kept going on. They were asking me, basically, and then eventually they said I'd have to order the part from like a third party, because that's how they get their technology and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hit me with all you have to do is send $200 to this Zelle $200 to this email, and then they'll send you the equipment. I was like, but it's so crazy because like it was legitimate questions, like, difficult time with
time into it and everything like that.
Yeah, it seems so genuine. So I was like, I mean, in hindsight, there was a couple red flags, like I mentioned, and maybe I was just a little too hopeful, because obviously, I'm on the market. But be careful out there, guys.
Job market.
I think the app was called like Telegraph or something. So I looked it up afterwards. I was like, oh yeah.
Did you ever look up the company?
Yeah, we looked up the company. It seemed that's another thing. It seemed like you could find the company, and it seemed pretty legit. But I think they're just using the company's name, and then, but it's not actually people associated with that company. So these scammers are like adapting, which it's scary in a sense, but don't Zelle anybody money.
Yeah, definitely don't Zelle people money.
Yeah, so
yeah, that whole situation was kind of weird, but a lot of it did sound legit. I can understand a lot of it from the aspect of like, oh well, it's a work from home job, kind of like that's still kind of kind of how it's supposed to be. So yeah, you almost got. But
I almost got, but I like once they said Zelle and $200 and this email address, it was so random. I was like, bro.
Was it a job you applied for too?
Yeah, so I believe so. Well, I'm pretty sure I did, but I guess kind of get lost.
And that's one of the things I kind of found out too. Like, I've been applying for jobs, and I get messages from people I've never even applied for. So I'm like. And I apply for a lot of jobs, and I'll be like, I don't know this one. And I'll look it up, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't apply for this job, but they got my phone number. So it's, trying to set up interviews and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's another, like, also, that's a good advice to kind of just, if you didn't apply for the job, don't go for it. I was pretty sure I applied for it, but I'm not 100% sure. I did have a little trouble finding it on because I've been looking through Indeed a lot, but like I've also applied outside of Indeed, like on Pacific website, so it's like I'm pretty sure I did, because they said they had my resume too, so I was like, you can get a number from somewhere, but getting a resume off somewhere is kind of weird. But
A lot of times, a good way also to check is like check your email. You know, a lot of times when you do apply for a job, especially on Indeed, they'll send you like a email verification, like, "Hey, you just applied for this job." Cool.
Yeah, but be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, don't get scammed. Vic almost got scammed, but he made it. He survived.
But besides that, we had another good news for Leslie is she made her first sale on Etsy.
Oh, congratulations, Leslie.
So yeah, she's doing like little craft, like DIY stuff, and it's basically like a little mirror that she bought. She buys it from Dollar Tree. Spray paints it.
Don't give him the whole blueprint shit. Like, no, she has a business that she makes mirrors and she does stuff with it. We're about to give you the whole recipe. It's like, yeah, here's the secret carbonated formula. Yeah, first you put the pickles, you put the dang.
Well, no, I mean, okay, I get what you're saying, but
she got a side business.
She got a side.
Let's have a side hustle, bro. She don't get that stuff from Dollar Tree, bro. She get it from
it's high quality stuff. Like from
Target.
Target, yeah. Basically, she turns a mirror and makes it kind of look like the mirror that Snow White would have, kind of. And it's just like it's supposed to be Snow White themed. So she got her first customer on that. So she's been kind of dealing with that, like getting all the supplies and everything like that. So proud of her for that.
Yeah, congratulations. That's big.
First of many, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we had date night.
What'd y'all do?
We went to a little taco food truck in San Antonio, which is pretty local to us. It was like 4 minutes away. It had a pretty nice setup. It had like tables and lights, and you could kind of chill there. They had music playing. It's very nice. Like I saw like some of the workers like cleaning the table after someone left, so like they kind of keep it pretty clean and whatnot. Good. So that was a fun experience. And then we watched football. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Yeah.
How do you feel about going into the game? Do you think we were gonna win?
A part of me kind of felt like we did. We were, only because like someone was telling me like, man, for some reason this game everything's gonna come together, and it was just like the fact that Dak wasn't gonna be there was gonna be the reason why we won. And it wasn't the fact that like Dak couldn't do it, but it was just like the fact that everybody was gonna step up and actually do their job. So our defense is always gonna be amazing. They've been doing great. They're playing amazing football, but our offense is just like they're so. So like when Cooper Rush came out there and he's he doesn't have really anything to lose. He's already the backup. If he throws an interception, people are already expecting him to fail. So if he throws interceptions, okay, well it's Cooper Rush. If he throws touchdowns, hey man, it's Cooper Rush. He's doing a lot better. So what exactly do you have to lose? People are creating separation. They're doing all these things and stuff, and it was just they played great for the first half at least, and then the second half came and they just basically they didn't score no more, and it was just holding the other team down to make sure they didn't score more. So
yeah, I get what you're saying, because I think I saw somewhere where someone was like, I feel like these guys play better for Cooper Rush than they did for Dak.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah, that's how it feels, and people want to be like, oh, they try to twist it. We're saying like Dak doesn't have control, but like the whole team got embarrassed last week, so they want to come out here and show them what they are. They don't like, regardless of Dak was there or Cooper Rush was starting. It's like they want to show out because they got embarrassed last week. It wasn't like, obviously I know Dak didn't have his best game last week, but there was a whole bunch of
missing.
Yeah,
missing
pieces. It wasn't all Dak that was bad, but
and like one thing, I'm sorry, kind of cut you off. But like one thing that like bothers me a lot with the team, bro, is that it feels like when Dak is gone, that's when everybody wants to show up. And it's like, oh yeah, now I need to be the person for this team. Oh, now we need to step up. Well, why the hell y'all didn't step up when he was there? Now it makes him look bad because y'all are doing extra for this. They weren't creating for when we were playing the Buccaneers. Then they weren't creating no separation. They couldn't, he couldn't have no time to throw the ball. Like, he could have threw it early, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's just he has a lot more to lose than Cooper Rush does. But if Cooper Rush keep playing like that, I could see him possibly taking Dak's job. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean how Jones, Jerry Jones is.
Yeah, and you know how the Cowboy Nation is like. there's so many people that it's pretty split down the line. Where I feel like half the people love Dak, half the people hate Dak, and like as soon as someone wins, that's not Dak, they're gonna be like, oh,
He's better.
he's better.
That person's better.
Yeah, so it's like,
well, you don't get me wrong. He was doing some really great throws, great passes. He took a lot of risky stuff. You know, he threw it. I think he still threw a couple of interceptions, but like, hey, what can you expect? There's not a big.
He's a backup for a reason, right?
So he's been a backup for 6 years for a reason. So he did his thing. He came out. The score was 20-17. So it's not like it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we won. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That is all that matters at the end of the day. But what about you? How was your update? Or what's your update?
Wait. Hold on. We ain't finished with the football yet. How about them Bills though?
Hey, how about them Bills?
That's Bills Nation is scary, bro. Bills Nation is scary. So Bills destroyed the Titans, the Tennessee Titans, 41-7. Bro, they were beating the Titans so bad they took out their starting quarterback in the third quarter, and still held them down to 41-7. So that's sad. But man, they killed them.
They killed them, bro.
Did you watch the whole game?
I kind of saw bits and pieces of it.
Did you see the injury?
Oh yeah, I saw the injury.
The injury was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
So it was a player on player.
Yeah,
like he hit his own teammate. So somebody was tackling somebody, and that guy's teammate came and tried to tackle. Like he did one of those targeting moves and hit his teammate and basically bent his neck like all the way back. Yeah, they had to have the ambulance come out there and cart him off. Supposedly he's okay though.
Yeah, supposedly.
So,
which, I mean, it's one of those scary things. It's like,
yeah, and it's just it sucks to be like, first of all, why are you making that tackle?
mm-hmm.
That tackle already is damn near illegal, or it's like, shit. That's one of those you get a fine, and you could literally end somebody's career with that tackle. So it's crazy. But luckily, they say that they did his ER. I mean, he was still able to move his fingers and all that stuff, his body parts, and he should be okay.
Yeah. Hope. Like we said, we hope he's okay. But this week in football was crazy. It was like you hear about like 3 comebacks.
Yes.
Like this is a week of comebacks, bro.
Bro, the Dolphins.
Yeah, which is like I was going off the Bills a little bit too. Like I know they play this week, the Bills against the Dolphins, and like that's their division. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out because the Dolphins are doing better than I think people are.
Tua was slinging that thing.
He was slinging, yeah.
6 touchdowns. That man was killing it.
4 touchdowns in the last quarter alone. So
crazy. I guess before we get into football, I guess my updates real quick.
Yeah.
So we didn't really do much. So this week was really, I won't say chill week, but I've been kind of grinding at work trying to find me something new. But other than that, Saturday we did. Sunday for sure was football, and we went to her mom's house for football. And then Saturday, we did something Saturday. I think Saturday we were planning to do something, but we did more just chilling than anything. So that was just chill at home. This is kind of our chill weekend. So yeah, that's kind of my updates. We went to go try a new, like, I won't say restaurant, but new fast food place. It was okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing about always trying out some place new. It's like you're wasting money, or it could be a waste, however you want to see it, investment, whatever you want to call it. Like on something new, and you may not like it, and it's like, now I feel bad. Like not only did I not enjoy the food, now I'm down this money. I get you.
Yeah,
but I think it's worth it because sometimes you're like, bro, this place is delicious.
Yeah.
So we come back here more. And, I think it's worth it.
Hey, look, I'm always down to try something new, just to see. And hey, if you don't like it, at least you find out that you don't like it, and I can not recommend it to other people. But the place we went to, it was like a little seafood place. I won't say seafood. It was kind of seafood, and they had like a little bit of everything. But like, it just wasn't all that, for the price. The price wasn't even expensive. It just wasn't all that great. It was like ran by some high schoolers. It was crazy. I swear the manager he had to be like at least 17.
Hey, props to him, I guess.
I guess.
But I guess transitioning into the stories, got a couple of quick mentions. kind of going off football as well. So 49ers QB Trey Lance goes viral for making it rain at a strip club after the loss to the Bears in Week 1. So how do you feel? Like, obviously, I know we kind of talk about how like people, like celebrities and athletes, how they're they're normal people. They're just like people see them as like role models and stuff, but they're actually just
they're just people.
So I know we talked about that before, but how do you feel about like that? Like you just lost.
Hey man, look, I think like, well, what do they want him to do? You just lost. What I'm supposed to go home and mope around? I'm supposed to go home. Like, I guess they want him to just go straight back to the field and start studying plays and stuff. Like, I feel like it is, whatever your release is, your mental release is, go do it. If he wants to go throw money at strippers and that's his way of just like not worrying about stuff, shoot, go do it. It's not like you're doing it every day. It's just like, hey. But I think everybody wants everybody to have that, what I want to call the Mamba mentality, or like the Jordan mentality, where it's like you lose and the first thing you do is you start practicing. And it's like, well, let me see what I did wrong. Let me see what I can fix. But not everybody is built that way. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's a young kid. He got money.
I don't know if this was his first official start, but it's pretty big. Like, he's going into the season as the number 1 quarterback. And so he wants to celebrate, like, regardless if he lost or won, like,
that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
That's a celebratory thing. My first start, hey, we win, we lose, but this is a big milestone for me. So
yeah, I mean, it was probably like pre-planned already. Like, probably a lot of people came to watch his first game, and like, oh, we're gonna go celebrate afterwards, bro. And then, I mean, it sucks he lost. I'm sure he like to reach the level of even being able to start as a quarterback. I mean, you gotta have some type of like
just being in the NFL. Is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't give him too much for celebrating, but
yeah, I understand. Like, some people just want people to be like, man, you just lost the game. You need to be out there studying film. You need to be doing X, Y, and Z. But it's like, man, I'm trying to chill for right now. Like, I'll worry about all that stuff tomorrow. But right now, I'm chilling. I'm enjoying myself. This is a huge milestone, and we just doing our thing. And I can't knock you for it. Shoot,
yeah. Sad update though. I don't know if you heard, but I think he got injured. Like, isn't he out for the season now?
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had like in the second week. I think it was a high ankle sprain or high ankle injury or some shit. But he's definitely out. I don't know if it's season ending, but I know he's out for a good while. So,
well, at least he got to see them strippers. Hopefully, he don't need that money back.
He's like, actually, yeah, I'm gonna need that shit back real quick.
I need to pay some hospital bills.
But next quick mention: a California man who carried his toddler into an elephant habitat at the San Diego Zoo is now sentenced to probation. So he basically wanted to get a photo op. Went past the little gate or the little fence, whatever was up there, and he was trying to get a picture. I guess someone was about to take a picture, and then from the video you can just see like this elephant like basically charging at him, and like he gets like right past, like he passes the gate, and then he like I guess the toddler like kind of falls out, so like he has to go back for the toddler real quick. It's pretty scary. But
whoa, there's a video?
Yeah, there is a video somewhere. I don't know if it's in this article, but
okay, no, I'll find that later.
But yeah, it's crazy. So how do you feel about that?
Don't do it. That's how I feel. Don't endanger your kids for a picture.
I know.
So I think that was very reckless as a parent.
Yeah. So.
I understand you want to get a photo op. You want to probably get the best photo ever, but I guarantee you it's not worth your child's life or your life.
Right. And not only like, I know you kind of want to like get this experience for your daughter, but now you're going on probation. You're probably not gonna like.
You probably almost get your kid taken away because child endangerment.
Yeah, so
you're doing stupid stuff
just for a photo op, and
it's not that serious.
Yeah, and it could have been way worse. It could have ended like way worse than how it is. And so, photo ops, guys, don't risk your life, and don't risk the baby's life. You can risk your life if you want. I mean, it's free.
I figure out like nobody said nothing to this man while he was walking into the freaking elevator.
I know, right?
Exhibit like.
I know people recording, but I don't know.
That's one thing I never liked, man. Like, when you see somebody doing something stupid and you're the one recording it, but you're not saying nothing, it's just like you're just as bad as that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. It's like, hey, look at this dumb person walking into this, this elephant exhibit with the child. let me pull my phone out and record it instead of saying, hey, you should probably get away from that elephant.
It's like, oh, this could probably get at least 1 million views on TikTok.
Crazy.
It is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles.
It crumbles like this.
But you want to go ahead and take this next story?
Sure. Well, the first official story.
Yeah, the first official story.
So this first story is about Mr. Post Malone. If you guys haven't heard, he's been on tour. So Post Malone had, I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but he took a pretty nasty fall. For some reason, there's a hole in the middle of the stage, and he fell in that hole. Well, he didn't really fall in it, but he tripped into the hole, and he hit his ribs, and old dude was in hella pain. So it looks like he broke his ribs, because how much pain he was in. But it says on the story, that Post Malone speaks out following the fall on the stage, and his manager denies Post broke his ribs. It says, we fall down, we get up. Post Malone took a nasty tumble on stage Saturday night while performing at Enterprise Center in St. Louis during his 12 Carat tour. The Grammy Award-nominated artist broke his silence and thanked his fans in nearly a 2-minute video. He said, I just want to apologize to everyone in St. Louis. I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to the show. And next time I'm around this way, we're going to do a 2-hour show for you so I can make up for the couple of songs that we missed. Thank you guys for your support, and thank you for your love, and thanks for hanging around even though I got my ass kicked by myself. He said his manager, Dre London, also spoke out and shut down the rumors that Post broke his ribs as rumors started to surface online. This person said on Twitter, last night Post Malone fell on stage, broke 3 ribs in the process, took a little break, came back to address the crowd, chugged the beer, and finished the show. And so that's a motherfucking rock star.
Hey, props to him for finishing the show.
Yeah, coming out and still doing that is still pretty cool. Because I probably would have stopped the show. That was it.
Yeah, I'm done.
So
go home.
And another person is like, bro, I feel so bad for Post Malone, bro. Nicest artist ever. Fucking broke 3 ribs, dude. Get well for real. It says Dre shared the picture on Instagram with the caption, "Thank you everyone for your wishes. Post Malone didn't break 3 ribs last night. Thank God. We did X-rays at the hospital after the show. They declared he had bruised his ribs. And true Posty fashion, loving his fans, he finished the show. I truly don't know any artists like him. Talking to him a few hours ago, and he was still saying, Dre, don't let him go hard. Don't go hard on him. Explaining more than saying, the show must go on. Let's all keep him in our thoughts. As we know, he will wake up in pain." I don't know why I choked up on that. But basically, he took this fall, and the crazy thing about this is that he took the fall, and after he taken the fall, he's in pain. You can see he's in crazy pain.
He's in crazy pain.
And people are still singing this song. Like, nobody, it didn't skip a step. Nobody was like, everyone was kind of just looking at him like, oh, this is part of the song. I was like, no, this man is in pain. You could tell. So it's kind of crazy. So, Vic, do you have anything to add about that?
I wonder if this is gonna affect any of his later tour dates. Or you think
well, if he just bruised his ribs, I don't feel like it might.
Yeah, I guess it just depends how close it was. Like, it was the next day probably, but I think he was able to finish the show, so I mean he should be able to, after getting examined and whatnot. I assume he'll probably be able to perform, but it is kind of crazy. I mean,
man, that was such a design flaw in that stage. I don't even know who left that thing open. Why do you need it open? Why is there a hole? I don't know.
Right?
Is that like a spot in the stage that you can lift up into? Maybe it could be, but I don't know. It was just poorly put together.
Yeah, but like I said, luckily it wasn't luckily he didn't break his ribs. Luckily he can still perform. He does seem like like we said, props to him for coming back out.
You do your thing, Posty.
Do your thing. I guess because what he said, they missed a couple songs, right? I guess
he
skipped it. I guess the band kept playing, and he just had to join them later.
I don't know. Maybe they just played the music.
Right. I wonder how long it was. It wasn't that long, right? before he started performing again?
Yeah, I don't think it was. It just said that he missed a couple of songs. I think I was gonna say 3.
I wonder if like anyone left. Like oh shit, here we go, another weekend.
I wouldn't.
But it's like whenever like football player gets injured and they go to like that little tent and like they're out here the next play and shit. Like I feel like that's, I don't know. I kind of just imagine that like,
Concussion protocol.
But yeah, so
That's good though. You know, praise out to Posey. He's out here doing it for the people, even though y'all don't deserve it.
not you coming up, Posey fans. Let's see.
But moving out of that story, we're gonna move into our next story. It has to do with Family Dollar. So if you guys shop at Family Dollar, you might want to recall some things. So Family Dollar recalls condoms, pregnancy tests, mouthwash, toothpaste, and more due to multiple over-the-counter products being stored at improper temperatures. So if you guys shop at Family Dollar, stop. Go to somewhere else. I'm just playing. Nah, I'm just joking. But
I go to Family Dollar quite often. I mean,
I used to when it was up the street, but it's not no more. But it says if you're a frequent shopper at your local Family Dollar, you may want to pay attention closely to the latest news regarding a host of products that are now being recalled. According to recent reports, Family Dollar has recalled condoms, pregnancy tests, mouthwash, toothpaste, and hosts of other products because they were stored at improper temperatures. So Vic, you buying condoms at Family Dollar?
No. That's
You buying pregnancy tester? I'm trying to figure out like what is a improper temperature for a pregnancy test.
Yeah, I was wondering like this when I was reading the article. Like, that must have to be like really hot or really cold or something for it to like be defective.
You have to defect it, or maybe it was like maybe a fluctuation of both, like being hot, very hot, and then going very cold, and then like back and forth.
Yeah, I could see that. But like still like I don't see a place where I guess in the like in a Family Dollar in general, I just can't think of a place where it's like hot in one area and really cold in another area. I know. I mean, obviously they have a little, I guess, freezer section,
but I understand that.
but I don't think they're storing pregnancy tests in there too. So I don't know. Like,
yeah, I really want to know like exactly. I could see the other stuff, even condoms, like that's kind of thrown off too. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Texas is actually one of the states.
And what is it? It says from like a couple months back, right? The ones that got affected.
Yeah,
that's just crazy. Like, could you imagine, like, you bought a condom from Family Dollar and like now
you got a baby.
Now you got a baby.
Now you got a baby.
Like,
He's got the defective condom.
And like, can you really? How can they prove it came because of the defective condom?
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like, are they sending? And that's a hard thing to recall. Like, it's one of those things that it'd be like, hey, if you're in the state, this has been recalled in the past couple of months. If you bought something, either return it or don't use it, throw it away. But I haven't got nothing in the mail. So
yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. Like,
and right here it says the recalled products were shipped to Family Dollar stores between May and June. June in 11 states, bro. So we're in freaking September.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, we're months and months away. And this article's coming out.
4 months pregnant because of you guys. And do you really think though anyone got pregnant because of?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, either pregnant or a yeast infection.
Nah, I guess so. All right. But
it's not the same as like poking holes in a condom. But like, I'm trying to think about exactly what could be wrong with the condom. But like the latex, maybe.
Maybe like
the smell or whatever. Like it got dry, maybe like lubrication. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
I just literally wonder if like anyone's reading this article. I'm like, maybe that's why she's pregnant,
right? 4 months.
I wonder, like, and then it'd be crazy if they like try to prove it and then like try to sue Family Dollar, and because I'm pretty sure that I still don't have the condom lying around. So I don't know. It's just one of those crazy situations that could happen.
So be careful, you guys. If you guys have been shopping in Family Dollar these last couple of months, see if your store was recalled. Certain stuff, you probably shouldn't buy there. Maybe. I don't know.
Would
You
you
never know.
like? Would you like? I mean, would you buy condoms and stuff from there, or like, or would you just stick to like Walmart?
Well, see, I would think condoms would be okay because usually, like, I think you have to like they're like behind the counter or like they're locked up. Like it's not one of those things you could just go buy anymore. So I would think they would take more care of that kind of stuff. Would I buy condoms at Family Dollar? Probably no. Only because I feel like they're more expensive.
Not true. I feel
So,
you. But with that being said, I guess going on to our next story. So this story is actually suggested from Leslie. So
okay. Shout out Leslie.
shout out to Leslie. So Illinois passes the Purge law that will allow 400 criminals to be released in 2023. This is one of those stories of like, it could be a little misleading, the headline and stuff. It's just,
Yeah, I hear Purge. I'm like, all right, they're about to go out here and start killing people.
So yeah, there's still a lot of stuff about this law is they're kind of working on, but I'm gonna go ahead and just read the article. So Illinois is making history and headlines for being the first state in the U.S. to pass a new controversial law whose consequences have been compared with the dystopia action horror film The Purge, which, if you don't know, is a movie which allows violent crime legal for 24 hours. So come January 1st, 2023, the Safety Act will be active in the state. Its catchy name stands for Safety, Accountability, Fairness, and Equity Today. Or, yeah, equity. and will allow its residents to commit crimes freely, or so people think. In other words, it's aimed at reforming Illinois' cash bail system by basically getting rid of cash bail entirely. It also limits who can be arrested and held in jail based on the crime they are alleged to have committed. The law would end cash bail for 12 non-disdainable offenses. This includes second-degree murder, aggravated battery, arson, drug-induced homicide, kidnapping, burglary, robbery, intimidation, aggravated driving under the influence, aggravated fleeing and eluding, drug offenses, and threatening a public official. Yeah, we know what you're thinking. These are some pretty serious crimes.
Yeah, no shit. Bro, what? Yo, that's crazy.
Let's see. As you can imagine, many members of the law enforcement community have heavily criticized the move and are working as hard as they can to have the current law amended. Some state officials even claim it's going to worsen crime in Illinois. They go on to say, I'm very concerned about the increase in violent crime, but again, I do want to stress there is still time to fix it, and the state attorneys are working very hard as we have been for the last year and a half to fix the law. It's very fixable where we can still eliminate cash bail, but make sure the right people are in custody and everyone else who's not in danger gets out. The Safety Act would allow defendants of the crime listed above to become eligible for a pretrial release. However, this will only be made possible if prosecutors don't present clear and convincing evidence showing the suspect poses a threat to a specific person. This will in turn have an impact on how quickly detainees get dealt with, since the state will have to hold a trial within 48 hours to determine if the suspect should be released. Investigators believe that's not enough time to comply. Sufficient evidence from surveillance and body cameras, crime labs, and forensic analysis. Let's see. Trying to see what I can summarize here, but
It's all right, you almost done with the freaking article.
yeah, let me go ahead and just finish it. While the law is controversial to say the least, it's important that we look at the reason it first came into existence. For years now, there have been calls to abolish cash bail in the U.S. According to the Center for American Progress, 3 out of 5 people sitting in American jails have not been convicted of a crime. This amounts to nearly 500,000 people languishing in cells before trial. This is part due to the cash bail system being operated by most jurisdictions across the country that the center describes as criminalizing poverty. People who are unable to afford bail remain in detention.
Detention, bro.
Detention. There you go. You got it. I was thinking of detain, and I saw the word. I don't know, but so people who are unable to afford bail remain in detention while awaiting trial for weeks or months, and of course, the effects of the unfair system are felt mostly by impoverished communities of color. Furthermore, studies show that pretrial detention can actually increase a person's likeliness of rearrest upon release. Making an endless cycle of arrest and incarnation. Keeping that in mind does make you wonder if the Safety Act about to turn Illinois into a playground for violence and crime, or will it be the first step in ending mass incarceration?
Sheesh. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a crazy article, bro. Shout out to Leslie again. This is an amazing article. That's crazy, man. Like, think about that. Like, especially if all these people are if all these people are able to get out, bro, that these big crimes and stuff like that, that's gonna be ridiculous. That's asking for trouble. But honestly, it feels like the lower level crimes and stuff like that. People who are in jail for traffic tickets and marijuana, drugs, some stuff like that, like drug use. Those are like lower level crimes. Like if those people got out, okay, cool. But people who are out here for arson and second degree murder, kidnapping,
robbery,
burglary, like that stuff is crazy, bro. Like I just no, that's not okay. Hey, stay out of Illinois, you guys. I'm gonna let you know that. Sheesh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean,
isn't this Leslie's hometown?
Yeah, that's probably what she found. She's like, look where I came from. No, but how do you feel like their reasoning behind it and all that? Like, mass incarceration and people being in.
I think it's more for the like they said, the cash grab. For a lot of these companies that are, the cash bail system and stuff like that. So I understand they're trying to reform it and stuff like that, and it sucks that people are in jail just because they couldn't afford bail. Mm-hmm. So I see them really trying to do right. They just trying to figure out how to do right, and it'd be crazy if somebody's in there like, man, I just killed such and such, I just, went on a mass murder like a couple days ago, and I'm out. Like,
I'm free.
It's just like, okay, well, have at it. Okay.
And then what do you feel about like the 48 hours? Do you think that's long enough? Too short? I mean, the article says they think it's too short. Like, is that kind of how you feel too?
40 hours to just be free?
To basically prove that they did this crime. I think it was
that sounds stressful for lawyers.
Yeah, the state will have to hold a trial within 48 hours to determine if the suspect should be released.
Oh no. Yeah, that's not long enough at all. But honestly, at the same time, that's probably better for the criminals than it is for, it depends. Yeah. Maybe I don't want you to dig into my case too much if I want you just to try to get a quick release. But I guess they're more fighting for them to get out.
Well, they're fighting for like so the people aren't like being held for a crime like they maybe they didn't commit, or like because sometimes like months before they even go to trial, like I could have been
sometimes years.
Yeah, it's like I could have been out this whole time, but I couldn't afford cash bond whatever. So
yeah.
But like I said, 48 hours is a little too quick of a turnaround, especially because they got like a lot to look at, and like when they go to the trial, they want to make sure they have like the evidence.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, it was like
that sounds stressful for lawyers. That sounds hella stressful. I got 32 cases already, and I got to get them all done today. Like,
I know it's like, and it's not like it's just gonna continue going and stuff. So it's definitely interesting. Like I said, there's still a lot of. I don't know if I don't know if it's officially passed or like if it's passed the Illinois House and it has to go to the Senate or some shit like that. Like, but I guess we'll keep you guys updated with how it goes. Cause like, they're definitely fighting it back, and
it's pretty crazy, my guy. Pretty crazy.
But
I think we have time for one more story.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, I kind of want really. I was interested to talk about this next story, so.
I am too. We might go over a little bit, but you guys will be okay.
Yeah, it's a good story. You enjoy this one. So, a Florida Chick-fil-A employee stops a man who allegedly tried to carjack a woman with a baby.
Hey. Got Chick-fil-A employees come and do what they do best, and then after getting the baby back, saying, "It's my pleasure,
my pleasure, my pleasure,
my pleasure, my pleasure."
So yeah, a dramatic video shows a Chick-fil-A employee tackling a man who allegedly tried to carjack a woman with a baby. The suspect is now arrested by authorities. He's facing charges of battery and carjacking with a weapon. He was armed with a stick, and then he approached the woman in the parking lot outside of Chick-fil-A as she was getting a baby out of the car. He then demanded her keys, grabbed them from her waistband, and then tried to take the car. And then The Chick-fil-A employee identified as what Michael
Yeah.
Michael Michael
Michael.
Michael Gordon intervened after hearing the woman screaming. Part of the video of the encounter shows Gordon wrestling Branch to the ground and pinning him up. Sorry, my computer's glitched.
Nah, you good.
But pinning him until more people showed up to help. They did say that the employee did get like punched in the face, but nothing like it wasn't a serious injury.
Mm.
But so what do you think? What are your immediate thoughts?
It's crazy, man. You know, I'm gonna let y'all know that Chick-fil-A is they're the pinnacle of they're the pinnacle of fast food restaurants. You know,
Right.
they're efficient, they're fast, and they help you with damn near everything. And it's crazy because you know I don't know if you ever paid attention like RDC World or anything like that. And he talks about how Chick-fil-A workers are. And he's like working at Chick-fil-A, and the customer is like, he's like, oh, what's going on? He's like, my car is broken. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, hey, go help him with his car. He's like, do you have oil? He like changed his oil and everything. It's like, thank you. He's like, it's my pleasure. And it kind of just reminds me of this story because it's just like, man, you know, they're going out of their way to do certain stuff, and it's just like, you know, doing it with a smile.
Like if this would have happened at McDonald's, I'm sorry, that baby
gone.
That baby gone. That car gone.
Like, I'm sorry, that does not sound like my problem. My baby. I'm like, hey, you better go chase him. Yeah, nah, but that, you know, I think they're just showing they're the standard for high tier fast food restaurants.
And yeah, in the video, like it's like from a woman. I guess a woman's recording it, and she's like, she had a baby in her hands. She had a baby in her hands. How dare you? Like, I don't know. But hearing that is like, oh, if she didn't have a baby in her hands, it's okay.
Right.
No, but so I mean, shout out to him. That is, I mean, how do you feel like Chick-fil-A would have felt if, say, the employee tried to intervene but like failed and like the guy still got away? You think?
Yeah, I think it still would have been like one of the scenes I was noticed because he still tried. But let me just put this out there for you guys. Don't do this.
Yeah, that's
as much
kind of asking.
As much as like, you know, it's cool and it's good to get recognition and stuff like that. You know, if you know, you could lose your life in this kind of stuff, this situation. You're not trained to do this.
Yeah, I feel like you honestly, these companies, these jobs don't want you to do this.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't because you're putting them in jeopardy. So if something happened to you, if you got hurt or something like that, your job is not liable for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's cool and everything if it works out. You know, I understand, you know, obviously, you know, we all want to jump in and do something when we see something. And I'm going to, you know, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But understand there are risks that come behind it. You know, you're not a superhero. You can't fix everything. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me like, I mean, it's kind of oranges to apples in a way, but like working in retail, like if you see someone like stealing, the job tells you like, okay, you can report it to me, but don't physically stop that person
don't stop,
from leaving.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, this is kind of different because it's like involves like an actual person and a baby, and you like this could like taking the merchandise and like, you know, carjacking, like with kidnapping, is different. But it's just one of those things like these companies don't want you to risk your life. I do think Chick-fil-A is like, well, I mean, we're getting praised for it, so this is good. You know,
yeah, it looks good for them.
It looks good for us, so we're gonna let you slide, but
don't do it again.
Next time, just let them touch you. But
Chick-fil-A out here trying to show you why they great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like we said, props out to him, but this is, you know, one of those things.
It could definitely end it, you know, badly. Luckily, the guy had a stick and not a gun. Mm-hmm. You know, there could have been a whole totally different, outcome to the situation. So, luckily, it worked out in his favor. They got the baby back. You know, everybody was good. Guy is taken care of course. And, you know, hey, Chick-fil-A was put on the map for a little bit.
How do you let's talk about like the fact that he was trying to, you know, carjack, and like Chick-fil-A is always popping, bro. Like,
yeah, that's the worst place to try to jack anybody.
In the middle of the day, like the rush going on, like I don't know. I feel like they're getting brave out here, bro. It's a little scary, but you know, like I don't know. But
shaking my head.
But
that's that story. But other than that, thank you guys for watching the podcast. This has been amazing. Vic, you have any closing remarks?
yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at nowhearmeout.kv.
KV.
Go ahead and email us any stories or questions or topics, because I'm trying to get away from the questions a little bit because I don't want to keep asking like what would you rather pick.
Yeah.
But if you have any ideas about like cold openings for us, go ahead and email us at nowhearmeout.kv at gmail.com. Go ahead and follow and subscribe on that YouTube at Chris and Vic (NHMO).
NHMO.
Go ahead and leave us a review on Apple, 5 stars only.
5 stars.
And follow me on TikTok at weirdvic_flips, and follow us on TikTok at Now Hear Me Out Podcast. And sorry, I'm still getting used to adding it to my little spiel.
Yeah. Now you're good. And you guys can follow me at Beast Chris where the E's are 3s. That's Beast Chris where the E's are 3s on Instagram. And
but yeah, I was gonna mention the shop real quick.
go ahead.
Nowhearmeout.spreadshop.com.
Yep.
Go get your merch.
Go check it out. So that's one of the we have some people buy some stuff. So I need to show y'all my mug that we also have. But there's a lot of stuff on there. Check out the spread shop. It's gonna be in the description below. Also, if you're looking at the description and you see that bell notification is not red or white, whatever color it's supposed to be, make sure you click on that bell notification and make sure that you click on the subscribe button, because if you aren't subscribed yet, you're wrong. And if you want to be right, you need to subscribe. But click on that subscribe button so every time we post, you get notified. You can keep up with these podcasts. They've been going pretty great. We've been staying consistent. We're on episode 68 already, and got plenty more to come. So thank you guys for your support. We love you guys, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.